it's not showing that I'm broadcasting. This worries me. Saying that I am here though, at least that's good. But I don't know. That doesn't guarantee that we're okay. Wait, when I talk, does static get worse? 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 Is that always just gonna keep echoing like that? Static get worse? Is that always just gonna keep echoing like that? I guess it makes sense. It's an infinite loop. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back and test it again because I don't want this to sound like crap. Okay, I'm gonna go back and test it again because I don't want this to sound like crap. Okay, I'm gonna go back and... Alright, sounds good enough for now. So, I boosted the volume. I don't know if it's enough though. Hopefully. So, yeah, I'm gonna actually post the link now. Say no comment. I have no idea who this is. Do you guys know who this is? I'm gonna put this up on the screen. Okay, so John posted that he says, I just made an announcement about it, and then Rico said, unless I defeat you at midnight. And then John said, if you don't know who this is, we aren't friends anymore. And I just put no comment. I have no idea who this is. I was looking at it, I was like, the face almost looks familiar, but I honestly have no idea who that is. So, well, sorry, John. I guess, you know, our friendship was good while it lasted. Alright. So we got the link posted. So, I'm going to start off this stream by going over the Balance Council. I said at the end of the last one I would go over it. I think it's been kind of a thing we've been doing. I'm not going to share a lot of too much commentary on it this time. I have a lot to say about this one. In fact, I might have more to say about this one than any of the others. However, I'm going to divide this into a few things. So there, I'm going to point out the cards that I don't play. I have really no idea what decks they play in, or at least I haven't played any of those decks. So the ones that I'm sort of indifferent about, in some sense. Basically, we're going to do... Some of these I might know what they do. So for Kraken, for instance. Kraken, I think, is actually probably a good change. Kraken was a very powerful card. However, I'm kind of indifferent. I don't play it, but I'm getting ready to play a Rain deck pretty soon. So... Or Alchemy deck, perhaps. So Kraken might be relevant at that point. Vincent Van Morelhem. Kind of don't care. In fact, most of these power increases are really not that... The only one that's really impactful is this minor one, I think. But, and maybe Adastriga. But anyway, don't really play Gerald. Cynthia, Fringilla, pretty indifferent about it. I got some comments on those. Haven't played Hive Mind, but I do think it's a pretty good card, so I feel like this is probably an okay change. Don't really know too much about the Illusionist. I'm not even going to comment on it, but I know it is a very popular card in certain Nilfgaard decks. So, but no commentary from me on that one. And then I'm kind of indifferent about like the Regis, the Nivellum, and somewhat about the Eavesdrop. I was thinking about it though. I think the Eavesdrop maybe now is kind of, because you can think of the profit. Usually each coin is roughly equal to a point with Firesworn decks. So basically 5 points for 4 provisions, plus then you get to draw a card and move from your hand to the bottom of the deck. It's kind of like, I was comparing it to Magni Division, where like you would play a tactic. Only in that one you don't get to choose the card, and you're actually playing, you know, 2 cards and then drawing another one. But this way you're playing this, which would be like the Magni Division, and then instead of playing the tactic and drawing, so you're not getting a thin off this. You're basically just getting to select your card. So I don't know. I guess the thin on the Magni Division is probably worth it. But yeah, Eavesdrop is probably okay at 4 provisions now. I played it at 5 in my Novigrad deck though, just for the Blind Eyes tag pretty much. It seemed to be usually worth it. Anyway, so I'm indifferent about those. The ones that I don't think are like super impactful, or that I think are, let's just say I play them but I don't feel super strongly one way or the other about them. I'm like, they're alright. You know, I think the Adastriga is kind of in that alright section. I think the ability to take out the tokens. The thing is, the tokens aren't like engines or anything, so I don't really think it matters. But yeah, being able to consume a 6-point token would be kind of helpful, because I think a lot of times this might struggle to get value. So even at a 6-point token, you know, it consumes it, and you're getting the boost. Well, actually, it does get the boost. Ooh, I forgot about that. You know what? I'm changing my opinion on this one. I actually think this one might. Apparently, this was not very played before, because I have done some other research. It's not just my own playing, but because I didn't know anything about this card really. I guess technically it plays for the 6-point consume, so you can take a 6-point token down. So plus you consume it, so you add to the value. So it pretty much can play for 19 points. But it's got variable power. I don't know. Even if you consume like just a 2-point Firesworn token, that puts up to 11, which is not great. But like, you could potentially deny the opponent like an extra boost on it, or like a transform and a boost, maybe. So you might be able to deny 2 more points. So even then, it's kind of like more like 13 points, which is actually not bad. So yeah, I feel like it just makes it. I think probably some people would play it because it's inconsistent, since it can only target tokens, and some people won't play tokens. So yeah, this is what it is. Gerald Ard, what I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to comment on these. But Vincent Mize, Nazuka, and Boat Builders, I kind of feel like Boat Builders maybe more so, but Vincent Mize, he did not need the buff. I play him. This is like the first card in this list that I actually play, and I thought he was good at 3. I don't really think the power is doing much for him. I'm not really sure why people voted to buff him, because I think just being able to play him with some sort of Revenants deck, and just get an extra Revenant spawn off quick, and kind of like a mini Tall Punish in a way. You know, like, especially if, I mean, like the ideal target I would think for this, you probably wouldn't play it. You could even save it as a Tall Punish for like a Morvid or something like that. But like, if you think about Ignatius Hale, which is in this patch, that's like the perfect Vincent Mize. You know, you literally take away 16 points from him in his current state now. plus you get 4, so that's like a 20-point Vincent, plus you get a Revenant spawn off. So you actually get the last kill with the Revenant, so it's actually a 21 point there, plus a 4 Revenant spawns. So that's 25 points. That's huge. Now that's usually not how you would play it, because this is like in Point Slam you're gonna want to play the Vincent earlier. But anyway, not really necessary. I'm not really sure it got buffed, but I guess I'm okay with it. I don't think it breaks the card or anything. Nausicaa, it's been ping-ponging back and forth. We're having some stream bitrate issues here. Nausicaa, I think, are 10 points is where I think this card should be at. Actually, I am of the opinion I want this to stay at 4. Now it's still playable at 9, so if it keeps ping-ponging, it's not a huge deal. But I think 6 provisions for 10 points seems reasonable, and it's contingent on you also having lost, or you having won. Yeah, you have to have lost a round. So you would basically just play it later. Plus it gives Nilfgaard, I would say, at least with a lot of the decks you would play this in, especially like Soldier's deck or Imperial Formation decks, typically there's not many like point slams, so it does give a little more tempo in a short round. And so it's kind of like the one solution that deck has. So I think it's good where it's at right now. This is one of only 2 changes I voted for that went through. However, there were other changes that at the end of the other stream, the last stream, I was tired. I was actually like falling asleep when I was doing the changes. So there were some things that I meant to vote for and I didn't. Like the Aileron is one of them. That should have been one of my votes for a power decrease. Granted, if I would have thought about it, I knew the community was going to pretty much do this. It was pretty much a guarantee. And there's maybe like 1 or 2 other things in here. Like I tried to also only vote for things I had actually faced or played myself. So rather than just stuff I've heard is good and needed to be nerfed or something like that. I'm getting tired here too. Anyway, so boat builders, I found it kind of a little bit underwhelming even for this Arnagad armor strat, and it was just kind of hard to get that thing going. So I think this buff's kind of okay, but it's still, I don't know, I'm playing it more for the ability and just getting this ability, the order ability or the deploy, to actually synergize well. Like that's going to have much more of an effect over whether I play it. But still at 6 points it does make it a little more attractive. The miner is the only thing in the power increase that I think this is, dwarves proved last season at the very end there. I just went on a rampage with them. Dwarves were already seeming pretty strong and very overlooked. Now, between this miner buff and this Monroe buff, dwarves are going to be pretty sick this season. So I'm kind of looking forward to playing some dwarves for Scoia'tael. But we got other stuff too. In fact, we're going to be trying a new Scoia'tael deck here shortly. But miner already was at 4. It would sometimes get removed. Now it's just a little more likely to get protection against removal. So I mean, if you think about it, the miner is in strats where you're like stacking armor and then playing like a Cranmer or something. This actually can play for quite a few points, because at this point now it's 5 points, 2 boost, 4 armor. The armor basically transfers to boost with a Cranmer. So you do that, it's a 5, 6, 7 plus 4, that's 11. It's a 4 provision card that's playing for 11 points. So it's actually pretty nuts. And it takes very little setup, at least in terms of like, they're not like engines. So it's like most of them deploy. As long as this order sticks, you get the armor off, boom, you do that. You just play a Cranmer later. You got 11 points off of a 4 provision card. So really solid stuff. I almost think this might get a revert, but we'll see. I'm not really sure this needed the buff, but I'm not really disappointed with anything here so far. In fact, I think these are all pretty good. Or I'm indifferent about them. Now power decreases. Melitele, you know, deck was pretty powerful. So I decided I'm just gonna go through this, and then I'll highlight the ones that I think were like the really most impactful, because it's just easier going through it like this. Yeah, I don't remember. I think I faced it on stream once or twice, but yeah, this deck's pretty powerful. Probably okay. I don't think it's gonna make a big difference. I think the provisions would have been maybe better, but you know, whatever. It's not a bad change. King Demovan, I have not really personally played with him. I'm just kind of a little bit disappointed because in my Chinese alumni variant, I've been playing Rafford's Vengeance, and I was getting ready to switch to Demovan, but now that he's down to 4, he's looking a little less attractive for that deck. But you know, I'm not really sure how much of a difference this makes, because there's not that many differences between like a 5-point removal option and a 4-point removal option. Like there's, you know, somebody will still use a 5-point for this, and there's not that many more 4-point removal options, I don't think. So it's probably not going to hurt this card too much. But this is part of like the whole, this Temple of Melitele, this Temple Siege nerf that they were trying to do, because it dominated the high ranks of Pro Ladder this last season. Svalblood, this is actually a good change, I think. Unfortunately, I was getting ready to play a Svalblood deck this season, probably, so it's kind of a shame to see him nerfed, but I can kind of see why, and I think he's still going to be good. He might even still be great. I don't think he's going to be fantastic anymore. I think this is going to slightly balance the card out a little bit more, but it was very strong before. It was probably the most powerful version of Self Wound. I think you could make an argument it was actually the most powerful archetype and like particular build for the Self Wound archetype, or of like basically the most powerful deck in the game. You can make that argument. So that'll help tone it down. The Lara Dorn, I think I was Bounce Council heading into the previous season. I'm pretty sure I was actually, wait, let me check audio and how it sounds. I was Bounce Council. Okay, that sounds good. I think I was arguing for this to be to actually get like either a power decrease or something like that. I think I might have voted for it before, but I did not vote for it this last season. This definitely, I played a little bit around with White Frost last night just to get some of the play order down better, and this is definitely not a good change. Now, a lot of people were arguing it was a buff to the Tatterwing deck. I don't necessarily get that, other than the fact that Tatterwing just plays Arachas Swarm. But why they're saying that's a buff to Tatterwing, because Tatterwing, you boost it by, I think, the number, like you set the power in boost, because it starts out at 1 point, but it's like you boost it by the number of cards in your deck, I think. And then every other unit card in your deck is set to 1 power. So it plays, like, generally it plays low numbers of units that already have low power to begin with, and then it does a lot of boosting, and then also like swarms, so you just get a lot of bodies out on the board and then do AoE type boosts. One of the big ones is what's the one that boosts every unit? Well, actually, this is the Lara Dorn would be part of it, so you just get a 2-point boost on all your units twice in a row. So it plays White Frost. It's like a Frost. It's a non-White Frost deck that plays Frost. But she's definitely, yeah. This probably is the first change that I would say is a bad change. Miner is arguably like OP now, but Lara Dorn is definitely, Frost is going to be powerful. That's all I can say. And I wasn't planning on playing her before. I'm definitely going to probably modify the Frost deck. We might play it in this stream with Lara Dorn, just to show how powerful she is now, because it's so much easier. At 1 point actually can make a big difference in being able to, not the first time, but to get that second removal, that you know, for the second boost. That's pretty crazy. You just have to plan accordingly. But I even think at 5 now, it wasn't actually that hard to pull off, especially not as hard as I was expecting it was going to be. But yeah, you just got to make sure you don't give your opponent a opportunity to boost it up. So she's broken. Ignatius Hale. You know, I don't know. It's kind of funny. So I did not want to vote for this, although I acknowledge that Bounty, this is like one of the big points them cards in the Bounty deck. Bounty is one of the strongest decks at this point. Various Bounty decks, whether it's a Golden Necker deck or even Classic Bounty. Classic Bounty is typically less favored now, but I still think it's one of the strongest. This does, it's kind of like a small bit to help it. However, I did not vote for this purely because I didn't want to see this card at 17 points. I didn't like the way that looks. You know, it just looks funny to me at 17 points. It's an odd number. I would almost be more happy with it being nerfed to 16 points. But other than that, I'm actually okay with this change. I think it's reasonable. And I don't think it's going to make that huge of a difference. And like, it's not going to make the card unplayable. It's still 17 points. Slamming out on the board. You know, this card I think would still probably even be playable at 15 points. So that 15 points, it's like you're starting to question whether you should even have it in the deck, though. But 15 points is probably the minimum that it would be playable at. But it would be kind of tough. 16 I think would be okay. 16, 17, or 18 is all okay. 18 is great. 17 is still really good. I think even 16 I would say is solid. 15 is where it's like, it's solid. It's pretty decent, but you know, it's starting to lose its power. So that was probably okay. Aileron, definitely 100%. Like, this was like less provisions than a Roach or a Knickers, with virtually the same consistency in terms of how you get the thin out, since you're playing with an elf deck. And it was playing for 5 points originally, so it was just clearly OP. Even at 4, I think you could argue that this should actually be brought down to 3, but it's definitely better at 4. You know, it's in a better spot, more balanced. So that's a very good change. I don't know what's going on with this. Why there seems to be a campaign to nerf all the unit, like the tutor cards that are units, to 1 power, but there just is for some reason. I don't think anybody's making the argument that like, oh, you bring out a card with this and oh, 2 power, it's too much. It's too much extra value. I've never heard anybody make that argument, but I haven't really heard anybody talking about like why they've done this. My theory is that there's just not enough cards that they want to affect, you know, like that actually would make impactful changes, because they don't want to like break any cards or like nerf any cards too hard. So like a lot of the coalitions that have the most power of voting, because by the way, most of this is not individual votes. If you actually go onto the forums and you look at what there's different coalitions of like streamers and different like Chinese players and, you know, Polish or like just Eastern European players. There's a variety of different coalitions out there. I think Lirio and Shin Miri is one of the main ones that the West relies on. But pretty much if you look at their forums, whatever they're talking about going into like the week before Balance Council ends and the changes that they're recommending, like at least about 90% of the changes that go through are stuff that, well, maybe not 90% of the changes that go through, but about 90% of the changes that they recommend are what actually ends up going through. So you can pretty much know exactly what the new balance is going to be like the week before, so you can kind of prepare accordingly. But yeah, I'm guessing that they just didn't have enough cards, and it's just kind of a placeholder, so they're just like, oh, let's just nerf these to 1, you know, from 2 to 1, because like nobody really cares. But I don't know. It's kind of silly to me. I don't know if they needed to use the votes for anything, but it's just kind of odd. Alumni, I think this, I can understand why alumni got nerfed. It's just, at least within this Chinese alumni deck, it's crazy. Like, and it just makes it a little more prone to removal because this can get really good value if you've gotten good value with, you know, the Banard student or the Aretusa student. But I don't know. It's just, it seems weird that people care that much and think one power would be enough. I think if you're really wanting to disincentivize this deck, maybe people aren't wanting to disincentivize it. Maybe they just want a better way to counter it. But I don't really feel like a 1-point nerf is going to, you know, be enough. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of the number of cards that can kill something at 4 points but can't kill it at 5. There's not that many. There's like the Don Hindal one with Bloodthirst from Skellige. There's one of the Lamberts from Nilfgaard. There's, I think, mostly just like elf creates. Oh, and then there's that other elf one that damages 4 units by 1 or 1 unit by 4. So, I mean, there's a handful, but like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like there's that many. But that being said, it is going to be a little more prone to removal, so I think that is probably reasonable considering how powerful that deck was supposed to be. Witch Hunter Executioner. This one just a general nerf to bounty. Since I started playing bounty, I'm kind of sad to see this nerf, but you know, I kind of understand. I actually think this was probably in many cases better than the Scoundrel, other than the fact that it was already more prone to removal. But in terms of its ability, it's superior to the Scoundrel. So yeah, especially you kind of like boost that up, give it Veil or something like that. If you have like Crystal Skull, this is super awesome. I think I might have Tiger's Eye from that deck though, but I might have done Crystal Skull. I don't remember. Kind of seems like it's Crystal Skull. Alright, so on to the provision increases. So, okay, I'm gonna try to slam through these quick, but this is where the more important stuff is. So, we got Royal Inspiration. Knights, that's weird. It is showing Mobilize now. What the heck? That is so weird. Anyway, this is actually the one. It's Royal Inspiration, the Knights one, the Great Grace one that got buffed. This is usually used to play Knights, and Knights were already very powerful on temples. I don't know why this got buffed. I don't feel like it should have. This is probably a bad one. Temple Melitele, super powerful, super heavily used in temples, you know, this Temple Siege decks. This one also makes sense. Heist I am very much against. I think the adjustments to the Brie Cree already kind of nerfed what was wrong with or what people didn't like about the heist strategy, because being able to play Angus Brie Cree, you know, 4 different times, you know, and getting all your Elven Deadeyes up to 7, it basically was just like almost a guaranteed loss at that point, unless you had like massive tempo and you also had some like control on the side. But yeah, this was just really tricky. But after the Brie Cree got nerfed to 5, it pretty much always gets eliminated now. So Heist is now more balanced, and then the fact that was more balanced, and then now that the fact they're bumping Heist up to 14 provisions, like I really do not like this. I think this is one of the worst changes. There's worse, I think, but this is one of the worst. Carrot Trolled, I can understand this one, but again, it does. What I will say is these provision ones right here, the provision increases right here have made, I think I counted it the other day, there's like 7 of my decks that are now unplayable because of that. So it's due to Heist, Carrot Trolled, Vivaldi Bank, Lord Riptide, and Megascope. So, but anyway, Carrot Trolled needed probably I can see it working. It was more like a Pirates thing, but I always felt like sometimes these were underwhelming. Like I would pretty much always get these units right here, these 3, and they'd be the least useful to me. And the ones that I would want would be these 2, and I hardly ever got them. The rest of them are like pretty decent, but like I feel like I'd get those less than half the time. So anyway, it was just kind of alright. It's really the order of giving an allied unit 6 armor, then it clashes with an enemy unit. That was kind of like the big advantage to it. So that's a big part of why it's getting nerfed. I've kind of already said my part. Erendite, you actually want it on blue coin. This, I was pretty against this, and then I started thinking about it yesterday. In fact, I actually recorded me going through this yesterday, just a separate video, and I was thinking about actually just playing that video for this stream, but I had talked about it in a lot more detail than I wanted to, so although at this point it's almost becoming as long, so I go into a lot more commentary on this. But I think that the fact that it's an echo card still makes it playable, although at 11 provisions it's starting to get to the point where you might want to consider just putting in a heat wave, or maybe some other tall punish options instead. Vivaldi Bank, this is one of the stupidest changes, because it's a tutor, but it's not a direct tutor. You still have some chance of not getting the card you want, but you generally want to play it in a later portion of the round, so you've thinned out your deck a little bit, and you get Prophet of 4, which is kind of almost like this being 4 points in a way. But you still only get a limited selection of cards, and it's one of the only reliable tutors in Syndicate if you're playing Devotion. So this card was just, it was an attempt to nerf Golden Necker Bounty specifically, because with Golden Necker Bounty you can only play Golden Necker and get it to do its thing if you have no other cards with 10 or more cost. So like it'd be Golden, with the exception of Siri, so you'd have Siri, Nova, Golden Necker, and then everything else is like 9 provisions or below. Now this is no longer playable with Golden Necker Bounty, but it also makes, basically, instead of just hurting Bounty, it hurts like pretty much every single Syndicate deck. And I read some other stuff up on it. I already had this opinion that it's pretty bad. I read some stuff up on it today, where there were some coalitions that were arguing that they thought Syndicate overall was just like a little bit too much on the powerful side, so they wanted to nerf it overall. I think maybe some Syndicate decks like could kind of be OP, but like I don't think they needed this kind of nerf necessarily. So I'm against that one. I think it's kind of stupid. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think it's going to get reverted next season. Lord Riptide was going, it went to 9 and then it went back to 10, and so now they're trying a different tactic and they're trying to just increase the number of provisions. My theory on Lord Riptide, I think he's, long story short, I don't think he's much different than a Geralt, unless you, there's arguments about building up with might with Ogroids or something like that. I don't think those hold much water, because I mean, maybe if you build up a ton of might and get his armor up here, you can play him at 10 and then you don't have to buff him, and you can, as long as you get 10 armor, you can still get him out there and maybe get a couple of extra points off of one of the other ogres, that boosts self by 2 for every unit above 10, or the 10 or above, so, but I don't even think that's really that big of a deal. To me, it's just, you need that extra reach to 10, and it's just like a Geralt, they have to meet certain conditions. So like Geralt, it's like 9 or more power. This one, you can just do it on any unit, but so it doesn't have to be 10 or more power, but at the same time, if the unit goes significantly above 10, you're not eliminating for the full value. And oftentimes when Lord Riptide gets used, I usually see him get used at a point where after the damage is dealt, he'll usually be at anywhere between about 3, maybe up to like 6 power. Like that's kind of typical Lord Riptides. Because I feel like it normally goes for like tempo removal stuff, you know. So I don't know. I don't think this needed to be at 10. I think at 10 now, a Geralt or, you know, like a Nilfgaard, like a Leo, or Heat Wave, or there's just a lot of other things that are probably better. Like the only thing I can see this being like quite powerful in, where it's like was starting to get to the point of maybe being a bit too strong, was in Ogroids, just because it also contributes to the Ogroid tag and it was like easier to build that might. But even then, I never felt like it was cheap playing against it. You know, I just kind of was like, oh, that's a card that the deck is expected to have. I just have to plan for it, and it's just like planning for any other tall punish. But it, you know, it does have some limitations. So I'm not like as strongly like upset about it, but I do think that this one, I don't think it was necessary. I think people are making too much of a fuss about this card. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but in my experience, I don't feel like this card's been OP. Megascope, this is the most controversial of all the buffs, or of all the nerfs, I think. Just, Megascope has been 4 provision for the longest time. I think it's, with certain targets, it's still worth it at 5, but the problem is this just really is... I'm gonna have to tweak a whole bunch of decks because of this. The Relics deck is now unplayable because of Megascope. I think Megascope, you know, it's kind of a slightly slower play in the sense that you can't get anything with the deploy ability done. Now, of course, in the case of the Griffin, you actually don't want it to have the deploy ability. Same thing with the Fiend. But I don't really understand why Megascope got pushed to 5. I don't know, maybe it was certain strategies, but yeah, this is just kind of stupid, and there's... I mean, Megascope was actually kind of powerful. Like, in a way, I can see it being worth 5, but unfortunately, I'm getting like less passionate about how much I hate this. I don't actually like hate it. There's some stuff I honestly think is stupid. Like the powers increases and decreases, I think are like almost entirely good, except for maybe the Lara Dorn. But these like bad, so bad, pretty bad. Yeah, anyway, Megascope's not good. So yeah, let's just kind of move this along. Decreases. Drog, I'm actually kind of okay with this one. I think Drog is gonna we're gonna see more cursed gameplay. We might see Revenant strategy kind of come back, so that might be kind of interesting. Valhalla, this one I really don't understand. I don't like hate it, but I also don't love it either. I play this card. I think it was very worth it at 12. Because if you think about the points you're getting 4 points from these boosts off here. You're getting 7 points slam down. That's 11 points. Imperial Fleet is going to infuse a unit here. Probably you're getting anywhere between 2 to 4 damage off that, maybe even more. I mean, theoretically, if it's played at the beginning of the round and then you start putting flanking units down, and you had red coin, and you go for a long round, I mean, it can even play for like, geez, I don't know, like 7. I mean, you could even play like, what's the one that allows you to pick a unit and replay it? Like teleport, but there's another card I'm thinking of. I don't recall what it is off the top of my head, but it's a Nilfgaard card. Anyway, you could even get multiple infusions, and then it just gets really crazy. But that's in conjunction with another card. But just this by itself, you know, and then some of the other like flanking units on there. You're talking like 11 plus maybe like 4. That's 15. Plus this one might get boosted a bit. You're talking like 17, 18. 19, possibly even about 20 points from this card, plus you're getting a card of your choice that could be pivotal to your strategy on the top of your deck, which you can either tutor if you need it right away, or you could like thin it out in a way, like if you have you know, a Magni division in your hand And another tactic, you can just get the new card out that way, or you're just going to have it in the next round guaranteed. So, and this is potentially a 2-point return engine once that target gets on top, if this is played on the melee row and stays on the flank. So, yeah, freaking, like, we're talking like 20 points or so, plus a stack deck for 11 provisions. I don't know, it's pretty good. It was good at 12. I think it's even better at 11. I don't know why people wanted to buff it, but you know, I kind of like it because I play it. But yeah, I think it was probably shouldn't have happened. Regis, I don't really have much to comment on about him, but I think initiative is where it made things tricky, and so giving Regis a slight, you know, provision buff is, you know, it's good. Monroe, I felt he was also good at 11. I don't really think he needed this, but yeah, doors just getting more OP or more powerful. So they're gonna be, I think, pretty strong this season. Not much more to say about that. Dragon's Dream definitely was overcosted. I'm still not exactly sure when you would play this deck, unless you play. I mean, you're gonna have to probably play into like long rounds and, you know, set it up with some other cards that like movement cards. I think that might have been part of what was going on with this like Nivellin thing, where move all units on an enemy row to the other row. They're trying to like swarm, like maybe it's to counter Tatterwing or something like that, and so you'll just move all the units to a row after your opponent swarms, play Dragon's Dream into a long round, and then it just kind of like delivers a point swing. And it may not necessarily be that you necessarily don't have to go to the long round, but just playing that, the opponent might be like, oh well, I can't play any further and I'm already down, so I just gotta pass and cut my losses, you know, but it still gets the round potentially. So yeah, reasonable, I guess. I think it was definitely underplayed. I mean, I tried playing with that Maddox bomb deck, but it has literally anti-synergy with Maddox, so I took it out pretty quick, and I was very happy with that choice. Coup de Grace, though, this is the other kind of like idiotic change. I think Coup is plenty strong at 10. It's getting really like 9 provisions, like that's super good value, especially if you're talking like triple Joachim strat or something like that. I kind of went through the other ones, but these last two here, Dim Smuggle is the other one that I voted for that went through. This one was the most obvious change to me. I mean, after the nerf last month, it was just, this kind of became unplayable. There was like far better cards to put in the deck, and at 5 provisions, it's feeling a lot better. So we might return to it this month. I mean, it's not too bad. It's going to be playing for essentially 8 when you play next to a ship. 8 for 5. So it's not bad since it's got like control options. You know, you get like the 2 hits off of it. But now it's just feeling like it's solid, but it's not feeling like it's fantastic. You know, so we may or may not play it. I don't know, but it definitely needed that because it was definitely unplayable before. And then Highland Warlord, you know, when I started playing Warriors, I had seen that this got nerfed. It went to 6 provisions, and I was like, man, that kind of sucks. But after playing at 6 provisions, I'm like, you know what? I think 6 provisions feels like where it should be at. So I don't know why. I guess just Warriors players voted for it, and they said, yeah, we want this reverted. I actually don't, even though I love playing this deck with it, I don't think it needed a revert. I think it was good at 6. It's definitely good at 5. And the big thing why I think it's probably like really strong at 5 is because it's got carryover potential with boosting, you know, the damage on the raid card. So there's a lot of carryover. It's flexible. It's not like it's just putting it into one card. It's increasing damage of all your raid cards by 1, and you have a lot of flexibility as to when you play those cards, plus just having like extra reach with removal options. You know, I mean, that could be a big difference sometimes. So yeah, this probably should go back to 6. So in summary, what do I think the really impactful changes are? whether good or bad, I think Kraken, potentially Ada Striga. Fragile Vigo, I didn't comment on her very much, but I was doing the math on this card. It actually seems like this is one where I can definitely see the actual power making a slight difference, and it just seems like this card is a very underplayed card, and that 5 power might give it a chance, because for 7 provisions you're getting 5, you're getting 2 damage, increase the number of targets by 1 for each adjacent mage or construct. So if you potentially you get 6 damage off this plus 5, so it's an 11 for 7 points, whereas before it was a 10 for 7. So, but this is like, that's so like now I feel like this is actually pretty playable. I don't necessarily think it's going to be super impactful, but it might make this card playable again. So impactful, Kraken, maybe Ada Striga, kind of Nausicaa Sarges, but not really. Minor, definitely. King Demavend, Svalblood, Lara Dorn, Aileron, Alumni, Witch Hunter Executioner, Royal Inspiration, and then Temple Heist. Literally everything here, although I said no comment on Illusionist, but every single provision increase, quite significantly impactful. And then on the provision decreases, we got Bacala, Monroe, Coup de Grace, maybe that, but Demon Smuggler and Highland Warlord. Those are the impactful. As far as the good ones, I think Kraken good. This is probably good. We'll have to see. Vincent Mai's kind of whatever. Nausicaa, I like it, but ultimately it's not the biggest deal. But I think it's good. Minor, I think maybe not good. It's hard to say. Boat Builder's mildly good. Demavend, I'm not going to share too much of an opinion on that because I played him a lot, but it's probably a good change. Svalblood also good. Lara Dorn, I'm definitely erring on the side of this being a bad change now. Aileron, very good change. Alumni, pretty good. Witch Hunter, Executioner, maybe. Royal Inspiration, probably bad. Temple, good. Heist, bad. Caratrolled, good. Hive Mind, good. Erendite, kind of mixed now. Vivaldi, bad. Lord Riptide, fairly bad. Megascope, bad. Valkala, totally unnecessary. Not necessarily bad though. Monroe, I also feel like unnecessary, but not necessarily bad. Dragon's Dream, probably good. Coup de Grace, bad. And Demon Smuggler, good. Highland Warlord, I'm gonna go say that's slightly bad. But maybe I'll just say it's bad. I don't think I should go with that. So that's kind of my take on most of these changes. I'm not going to offer any more commentary. We've already talked about it way too freaking long. So let's just crank out some games here for the next 2.5 hours. So, getting into it, what have I been working on? Well, first of all, I will show you. Here's all the decks that got messed up. So Giga Witchers, unplayable now because of Megascope. So I could just go and tweak these decks and we'll figure out what we're going to use. In fact, let's just go and do some of these right now. We don't have any viewers right now, so I'm kind of okay with this. If you're watching this after the fact, you can just skip ahead. Now, Musicians of Blaviken, that's normally what's played here. It actually thins out the deck a little bit, so I kind of like that. But if we do get red coin, it does kind of tell the opponent what we're... I think it tells them what we're playing, and I don't necessarily want them to know that. So I think I'm going to go with something else in the 4-piece slot. So I'm trying to remember what the other considerations were. We definitely don't want it to be a unit. That's the thing. So we need... This is fine being a unit because it starts on out of our deck. But other than that, it needs to be like a special or something here. Actually, Vial of Forbidden Knowledge. That's not bad. Power if it's bronze unit, replay it instead. Yeah, I don't. It does make a. That's not great. I don't think we're ever playing like a long enough round for the spores to make a difference. Well, I guess short rounds versus a couple decks, it could be good. I'm thinking Vial of Forbidden Knowledge. Mahakam Ale is pretty nice though too. I mean, Crow's Eye, Purifying Eye, unit boosted by 4. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with the Mahakam Ale for this. So that fixes that deck. There's one deck with Megascope that actually wasn't affected. That was already unplayable. Thrive, it's from the Lord Riptide. And I don't actually know if Lord Riptide is going to be the way to go here. I think I might just look at something in a 9 provision slot. We don't have I was gonna say we don't have many tutors, but I don't really know that we need that many tutors with this deck. Honestly, Ada Striga might be decent. This one would be kind of good, but I don't want to craft it because I think I get it from something else. The only thing I can think of is if I took like and then drag a larva out and put like a necker in, like that could work for the Lord Riptide. It's just I don't know if it's worth it because I'm gonna start holding the mic with me. Kind of want to try the Ada. Or Ada. Striga. It's a token though. I don't know. It still plays for pretty good removal. I'm trying to think of what tokens. I mean, Skellige has some good tokens to consume. The bear abomination. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Whatever the wolf one is. Yeah, it's not a bear. It's a wolf, but. Starts what do you see? Basically 2 points plus 2 armor more than the Necker. That just goes greedier with it though. I think we're just going to yeah, I'm just gonna nerf this a little bit. It may not stick, and I don't know if I'll play Thrive that much, but we're just gonna take out and drag a larva and do a Necker instead. I mean, after all, I made those improvements to it, and I used to play 2 Neckers, so there's that deck fixed. Firesworn Bank is what I actually need to do. I might do a little bit of work on Firesworn before playing again. So yeah, Bank would might. I mean, what would I put instead? I don't think there's any. Is there Firesworn stuff at? We're playing Devotion. Sometimes we don't have that many things to spend on. So I'm kind of thinking where we go. Goku would be good. I want to keep Devotion, so that would work. Although Bank, I don't know. It still feels like maybe I'd be playing it. Is there Javed taking it? I don't know. It's pretty good. About 5 provision. It might not be too bad. We can put that in and take the Roderick out, maybe. I don't know. I kind of like getting the coin, especially in a either before or during a round when I have Cirrus. Or Cyrus. I don't know. I'll worry about it later.
don't want to bog this down too much. I also don't really know what I would do and play some megascopes here. Kind of think you just have to make room for it. But I think that what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to take out the crones in order to make it work. So I don't really want to do that now. We're not going to be playing Elven Deadeye. But yeah, Heist is the problem with this one. Reavers mobilized, Megascopes are the problem. Pirates is Care Trolled. This one's a fairly easy fix. Ogroids, it's the Lord Riptide. Cursed wasn't playable yet. And Jackpot Salamandra, it's Vivaldi Bank again. So we had what, 1, 2, I fixed 2 decks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually 9 decks that were made unplayable from the latest Balance Council. So yeah, really affected quite a bit. I mean, overall, I'm kind of happy with all the changes except for the provision nerfs. I think some of those I'm unhappy with, but overall, I do feel like this maybe has been the best council the last couple months. There hasn't been too many like really crazy things. So anyway, the deck that we're gonna start out with this time, it's a new deck that I haven't played much. I did tune it a little bit last night. But we're going to finally play a Dryad deck on stream. So, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, way over here, I just modified one of my original Dryad decks, but it's very different from what it was back then. I got it down to 25 cards. Originally, the idea with this, because it's Symbiosis, with Symbiosis, every time you play a nature card, so it's just a special card here, anytime you play one of these nature cards, you spawn an allied Treant on a random row equal to the number of Symbiosis you control. So most units just have Symbiosis 1, for instance. Oop, just froze up there for a second. Aquan's got Symbiosis. Down here, yeah, I don't have many Symbiosis there. Most of them are bronze units. So Dwan Canal has Symbiosis. The Hamadryad has Symbiosis. This does not have it, but it's got a Symbiosis trigger. Naiad Pawnkeeper, if deployed range, can infuse a non-Symbiosis ally unit with Symbiosis. Dryad Enchantress has it, and our leader ability automatically counts for 1 Symbiosis. So the idea is to get a lot of Symbiosis on the board, then play nature cards, and we just get an additional, probably like 3, 4, then 5, then maybe 6 point buff every other, it keeps going up by 1 every single time we play a nature card. And so that's not just an additional point of boost. That's, I play the next nature card, I get whatever the nature card is plus 4 points, then I play another nature card, and then I get an additional 5 points, and then an additional 6 points. So it's it's a very high tempo deck potentially. And I'm using Curse Scroll as the stratagem, just because we don't have that many tutors in here. We have Call of the Forest and Fob, and I think that's it. Yeah. And the Aquan is, to have the tempo we want, the Aquan's pretty important to get at the beginning. So we're definitely going to want to go for that. But I tested it out just playing against AI last night. I think I'm pretty happy with the way it plays. One of the last minute ads was Francesca, but I kind of was like, well, this kind of actually seems like an obvious pick. I don't know if other decks like this run Francesca in it. I don't really recall, but we can get some really big point slams at the end with Francesca into, usually our targets are either going to be Call of the Forest or potentially Forest Protector. Also, Frog Mating Season would be good if it's on an allied row, especially if we have the Naiad Fledglings activated. So
I had a round where I had a Hamadryad here, and then 2 Naiad fledglings on the roll, and then I had to start a new row because I'd already played. I didn't have room for Frog Mating Season being played twice, because Frog Mating Season, keep in mind, it's going to spawn out 4 frogs from that. So even playing it twice, you can only have 1 unit on the row in order for it to not fill up. So usually Call of the Forest into something would be one of the best, and I think I did that into actually Ethne, I think in her second form, because I 2-0'd. But that actually ended up being better because I got more bodies on the row, and which made my Treants a little bit bigger, and it gave me more boost or / damage for the Forest Protector. So yeah, pretty solid stuff. We'll see how it goes, and then after that I think we might play some White Frost. Although I could look at the challenges here real quick just to see what we got. So we're gonna get some on that. I don't know if we'll get anything from Price of Power. Most of this stuff is Master Mirror stuff. Oh, Firesworn. We definitely need to play some Firesworn here, so we might actually take a look at the Firesworn deck later. But I might just save it for off stream, and we'll just see if we can complete one of these other challenges here. Like Veil, we'll get some Veil stuff. Anyway. I gotta go all the way up here. Dryad Symbiosis. Okay. So let's change our coin. Let's do what looks the most Dryad-y. Oh, maybe the butterflies. This looks kind of naturey in a way, but same with the rose. I think I like the butterflies for this. And then card back, we'll use that. And then we'll use Triss. We've almost completed the Triss journey, by the way, so we're pretty close on it. Completed all the challenges here. And then I kind of like that version of the backpack. And then here it looks naturey. There's our outfit. Okay. So again, we got reset to rank 5, but because we were at rank 3. But this is nice, starting in rank 5. I think there's a good chance we might be able to get to pro rank this season. Although I'm going to be playing less, so who knows? Control early on, or maybe locks. So I guess like Northern Realms or Nilfgaard control stuff would be kind of bad. Okay, Elven Deadeye.
Let's get to work.
This would be interesting. They got so they get blue coin. Okay, we got the Aquin. Give it vitality. So we got Symbiosis. Probably fine. We don't want that. Okay. The Ethne we could have probably mulliganed too. I probably should have mulliganed the Ethne first, because we could have kept that other 1 bronze nature card, but that's alright. We're just not going to get very many Symbiosis procs this round, but I think for sure the Hamadryad is probably what we start with, just so we can get as much value. And they don't probably have a ton of control here. Actually, no, we got to do the Aquin. So we'll just yeah, we'll put it on melee row. This infusion. So what this is gonna do, it's got Symbiosis itself, but it infuses all your Naiads with the nature category wherever they are. So hand, deck, discard, or graveyard. Whenever you spawn a wandering Treant, give it vitality equal to the number of Dryads you control. So as we spawn Treants later, it's going to get even more vitality, and we might even be able to get a tempo pass and get card advantage. But the thing with this is, like, this Naiad now becomes a nature card, so when I play this down, even though it's not normally a nature card, I'm still going to spawn a Treant. And what's interesting is, you know, she is a Naiad herself, and I didn't realize this before, but it'll actually trigger the deployability by infusing herself with the nature category, and then it will spawn it. So I was surprised the first time I played this when I was like, what? Why'd that spawn a Treant? But that's how it works. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep on cranking it for sure. Okay, so we know what they're gonna do here. Unfortunately, I don't have... Actually, is there a way for me to answer his breed tree? I might be able to do it on the second time with the Great Oak, which, considering he's playing for carryover, might actually be worth it. Do I play that? Damage it by 2.
You waiting around hoping I'll croak you, badger!
Ah, man, I really don't. Actually, no, we have the Nature's Rebuke. I almost forgot about that. We're chilling, dude.
Though trees live longer than humans,
That
they
sticky
need
situation, that
protection
is
from
not
it.
good. Not good. That's going to be a lot of tempo, but... Oh, you're out already? Okay, well, you didn't even get to see much of the game, but I spent too long talking for most of this stream. But it was a very interesting balance council, so I had a lot more to say about it. But yeah, if you're heading out, you have a good night, man. The last stream, second to last, the stream before this, you should check out the last several games of it, though. That was pretty cool. So, but thanks for tuning in, Andrew. Okay, so that's the way to play it now, I guess, with sticky situation. I did not think of that. Okay, I should have played this because I could have removed it this turn, but this is fine, I think.
Gray sweats.
Just gonna go for it here. The breed tree is gonna get way too much value if we let them play it again. So it has to be our target. If they boost it up, though, we have to abandon it because there's nothing I can do about it. And in that case, we might even look at passing. In fact, that's kind of what I'm thinking we do here. We just kind of get the removal, and then...
Stop for an ambush spot.
So actually, we can just do 1 point removal now. Boost, okay, still gonna get the 2 point boost, never mind. Okay, we're gonna purify him, which is not gonna do him any good.
For your birth!
It's pretty good tempo. I'm thinking we just play that. Maybe we save it. This might be enough to get a solid pass off. Just in case we get Forest Protector, though, I think we might want to play Dryad's Caress so we have... Well, actually, no, we already got a Nature's Rebuke. That's pretty solid to play from Graveyard, so... Naiad Fledging would be like the ultimate tempo play here. They're considering whether or not to play in, I think, so it might be beneficial just to pass.
We fight to the last.
Okay, they're basically back in the round, so... They still have to play a card this next round, though, if we pass. I'm wondering if we get another card. I don't know what this trap is, though. I'm worried it's a commander's horn. We still get card advantage even if I pass, so let's see if we can get the. Oh, actually it locks it though, so yeah, they, even if it's a commander's horn, they still have to play. Yeah, I know. I should have streamed till 6 a.m. You know, one of these days we should do a 24-hour marathon. No, I don't have the brain power for that. You know, it's too much thinking for too long. But yeah. Think you're gonna be able to make racquetball next week, Cody? I was saying it's been so long since you played with us. Okay, so they get the run here, hopefully. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. Nice! We got reception out there. Hey, where are they? Oh, that's the card they're having to play. So, that was pretty solid. Oh, that's right. We were thinking about maybe doing it tomorrow evening. So yeah, if that works, yeah, I think I'd probably be down. I mean, I'll be working on some yard work tomorrow for sure. But if we don't play in the morning, I'll probably just start earlier. So, all right. We don't have that much symbiosis here, so. Good. They dry pass. I think we just play the Naiad Pawn. Well, yeah. Probably play the Naiad Pawn Keeper. Although if I don't get the Hemadryad, then yeah, and this actually doesn't play for much, so I think we'll just play that instead.
No need for your pages.
So we'll probably open up with the Frisiane, and then I can. If we get Frog Mating Season, that would be. Actually, that Frog Mating Season might be kind of bad for us on the Frisiane, in a way. Let's see, what does he have that will walk be useful? I think not. Okay, Frog Mating Season, that's good. There's really not much symbiosis here. There we go, that's good. Although we don't have many nature cards. Actually, no, it's decent. It's decent. Okay, so start this.
Broccolon would be my home. Who would have thought?
We must save
And then
the trees.
I don't think we really need. Yeah, we don't really need vitality on anything else here, except for maybe that. What are we gonna play next? Probably this, actually. So I think we'll just put the 2 on it for now. And then we'll slap this down. And then we'll just kind of greed it out. Although depending on what we can use this potentially offensively on melee. I want to have more symbiosis out before. My suspicion is that this is not going to stick, but we'll see.
The forest holds many secrets.
Okay. It did. It actually landed. What is it then? It's probably the serpent trap. I forget what it does. It damages it by...
My old name? I don't remember. I don't care.
3. Yeah, I think the passive is going to be best here. Okay, so pitfall. I think stacking. It should still cool down. Yeah, we're good. In fact, we can actually let it sit for one more turn. It's not an incinerating. We should probably play a nature card this next turn before they do get some removals. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Francesca, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3.
Shadowrun has shown us the way.
Okay. That's alright. Could just rebuke his Deadeye, that's not too bad. But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we can play big here. I think we'll just play this front row actually.
I acknowledge neither your masks nor your borders.
We're gonna get some big procs here.
Dreadful inside.
That I don't like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's gonna stick the row. Actually, we can play the Francesca. Well, yeah, we have to play the Francesca with this. It kind of sucks. I think we just do frog mating season to keep some of these alive, so we'll just go like bam, bam.
Protect my apple, you'll not leave
Kind of messed.
Dracula.
Oh, that was the wrong target. Crap. Oops. Oh, it's actually fine because we're not gonna have any more than. So yeah, when your opponent destroy the highest power enemy unit. So that was always going to be the case. That really sucks because she was going to get so much value with the symbiosis, but it's fine. I was thinking we kill that, but Maybe we do Francesca on that. Let's see, can I actually control? Let's move one there. There we go. It's looking pretty solid. Okay, they're playing scenario. I don't have any answer to that,
Await
but
the signal.
should be
To
fine.
them, don't budge.
Kind of wish I would have saved that now for this, but it's all right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Question is, do I do? Yeah, we probably do Francesca on that one. Oh, but no, it's not going to proc anymore. So we can't. I actually should have thought about that. I should have played this one. Oops. Oh well.
Come on in.
It's fine. Not that that's really going to matter.
None shall tread on us.
I think I actually the move should have been the rebuke last turn.
None shall
Or
tread on us.
Force Protector with the rebuke. So I actually misplayed that. It's definitely misplayed, 100%.
Time to die. I'll do so sword in hand.
I think we do a lock at this point. Kind of feels bad, but actually bleeding 4 would be okay. I think we still have more tempo than they do, though.
None shall tread on us.
Although actually,
We will take back what was stolen.
I got an idea for this.
You're serious? I should move.
It's kind of bad. As long as they don't Vernacio this turn, we're pretty solid. I see what they're going for, but it's not going to really make a difference.
Time for you to die, Dwan.
They're going to have a lot of Elvendettas in the board. They do have significant tempo. It's actually, now that I think about it, it's actually going to be pretty close. I really should have played the Francesca, though, when I had the chance to get the extra value from her.
For the Daisy of the Valley!
But yeah, we definitely actually go for Forest Protector at this point.
Time to die. I'll do so
They're probably
sword
going
in
for the
hand.
Burno this turn, unfortunately. Yeah, this sucks.
Cast off your arms. Then
That's probably the biggest Burno I've ever seen. That's really solid.
As you command, Lady of the Wood.
was thinking about doing this, but we need to remove the Verno. So I have to go Forge Protector. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need to play it here. I think it's still probably enough, but although they probably have like an Isengrim though. They're pretty filled up though. They got room for one more card. And sadly, I'm kind of making room for them.
None shall tread on us.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course that row had to fill up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you kidding me? It's not enough. Okay, well I guess we just you know what? They can only get. Actually, they can replay the unit there and make a space. So yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll just do a 2. Wait, so this is a cards to the left. Okay, so we'll just do that. That's probably enough. I don't think they're coming up with 30 points in one card. Like, what am I talking about? Elves cannot do that, except for with the Vernacial setup. So, pretty easy win.
Now we will see who
We're
is
gonna get
weak.
pretty close though. Getting like 70. Okay, I guess it's not that good. I was confusing within Thronebreaker. It's like one of those when it transforms it. It's like a 22-point bear slam. But as soon as I said that, I was like, wait, no, it's not a 22-pointer. So, not bad. Not bad. We could have actually pushed in round 1 and we would have won it, but I just wanted to save some of the other cards for later, so it ended up being a good choice, I think. So that's the Dryad deck. That's what kind of the idea behind Symbiosis. I think Symbiosis is one of the strongest archetypes for sure. Well, this is not necessarily the optimal play, but I think an optimal one would probably be Simless, a Simless version where you just play a bunch of nature cards out via Simless. So, but I think next let's do. Yeah, we had really good luck with dwarves on the last stream. I think let's just go another Scoia'tael match and we'll do dwarves this time. So I was kind of underestimating dwarves before. Oh, you know, I just realized this deck is actually technically I have a provision to spare on this deck, so I probably should have edited it first. It's not technically as powerful as we could make it.
Laugh.
Well, I think it'll play fine here. There we go. That's good. Got some good carryover. I think we're gonna mold a Cranmer for now. That's good right there. That for now. I think the hammer's too good. We can easily run it off of this. So Popco's gonna be our opener. could be the Morn Charge deck, but kind of looks like traditional Thrive. But we'll see. Okay, yeah, it's definitely, I think, just regular Thrive. That's pretty powerful though. At least he's still got the harmony, so that's the good news. Just in case they got like removal options, I'm gonna just
Show me the coin
play
or
that
sod
one
off.
first. Actually, I just realized could move her. That was probably no, that was actually fine.
We dance.
Although I probably should
For
have played the
young
last
is the night.
time. Yeah. Yeah, I probably. That wasn't the best. At least get one elimination of that. Oh, do we even play that? Man. Okay. I need something kind of high tempo. That's 9. Puts us in the lead. This actually gets us there with carryover. I'm okay with going pretty far in this round. I think we just set up the carryover here. It's just a shame if they didn't have a movement tech, which I did forget that Drowner had the simple movement. The good news is they've pretty much used all their movement at this point, so I don't think she's getting moved. If they want to take care of it, they're gonna have to use like Heat Wave or Lord Riptide or something like that. Which I'd be willing to trade a Lord Riptide for this. That's not a problem at all. This is, I wouldn't want Monroe to get eliminated.
Fighters will reap what we need to flee this world ever free.
Okay, interesting. 10. Don't have any dwarves yet. Feels a little bit late to do this, and they're not committing many golds, but I don't necessarily want to commit this turn. But I'm worried that just playing a regular Dwarven Berserker that the tempo is too low, so I'm gonna do that. We're still getting 2 boosts on the hand, so this is not bad. That sucks. Well, in that case, we just get the thin out.
Hi ho, hi ho.
That's actually not really that bad. If we need to get card advantage, we can just pass them at the beginning of the round. Depends on what else we get here. Okay, that's good. Zoltan Shibe would be really nice. Kind of thinking maybe we drive past, but I'm not gonna chance it. Actually, this is... I'm worried that they might open with something like a Yigern. But this is nice carryover value. So then we could just play this into probably this. Yeah, there's not some of the... I don't want to play very far into the round. If I do play. Wondering if I do this into...
Anything.
Nah, we're gonna pass. I don't necessarily... You know, they actually get... this might be bad. Because they're getting a strong round with Thrive, and they were probably gonna have to play low. That was a wrong move. That was definitely a wrong move. I should have... Probably should have went Hawk. I don't know, there was an argument to be made to hold Hawker, but Dwarven Berserker, I should have probably played that this round and then put the armor on him. Grandmer's not playing great. Actually, no, he's doing okay. Almost anything I get is gonna be... I'm actually kind of thinking the best, but probably should have redrawn that too. But that's better. It is better. And I think we just heat wave scenario. Yeah, let's just heat wave. I think we let the Thrive proc. Yeah, the extra Dwarven Berserker is going to be really good value, so.
Got business for me?
Just play that, start getting carryover. Now I'm kind of wondering if I actually do want to spawn the Dwarven Berserkers, because yeah, I think there's going to be enough of them that they'll probably... Problem is this gets killed, I think. And the armor doesn't get boosted. That's a tricky situation. There's a lot of cards I want to play right there. And You know, honestly, with the Sir Scratch, yeah, I should have played into round 2. Just do that. Oh, with power. Okay, that's kind of dumb. I was thinking it would factor in armor, but I guess not. I kind of think we lose this one. Oh, yeah. Jeez, frickin', I should have boosted him. I was not expecting that, though.
What do you say we fight on my level, eh? Dance! Dance!
Yeah,
Dance with my death!
this is not good. We need lucky pings on the Sir Scratch lot. Avoiding clicking it. At this point, I am regretting using the heat wave hunt scenario, kinda. But if I would have played into round 2, I could have got out either heat wave or Sir Scratch a lot, or scenario or Sir Scratch a lot, maybe both. Yeah, now it's basically it's hopeless. But well, if I had Zoltan's Company and Ruverhoog instead of this and maybe the Cranmer, that would have worked, but so they already used the order, so we should be good. Six.
Oh, I'm feeling sleepy, grumpy, dopey, and bashful.
See, the boosts are really not helping, but we don't really have any choice but to do this, so. And the problem is it's kind of just playing in, like they're just probably going to get the points back most likely. So yeah, this is a really bad matchup for us. Okay. Thing is, they can still click this every time, like they win 100%. This is going to be a very high scoring match for them. We'll save that. I probably should have. Oh shoot, I actually do need to.
Get this stinking mess in order.
I don't know if that was the right. It's not going to matter anyway. We already lost. As soon as I didn't have an answer to the Sir Scratch lot, it was pretty much game over. But And we can still, this is basically just to show you, we can still put up quite a few points in this short-ish round. Although this is a very underwhelming frame mark.
The heat while I'm at it.
Yeah, these two cards were really bad to miss. Even then, though, I think just taking the long round was the biggest mistake I made. I mean, and I had full control over that. The fact that I even allowed them to play that is crazy. So anyway, we do like about 80 points. So yeah, it's still kind of, but they're over double ours. You want to see some good dwarf plays, though? Just go watch the previous stream I did at the end of the last season, and that was I was like consistently putting up like 100-point rounds. It was pretty insane. Okay. Well, Cody, since I don't think you, I assume it's you that's still watching. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Actually, let me know whoever it is that's still watching, because I'm thinking we'll do the Giga Witchers deck, because this is kind of a meme deck and it's pretty crazy. But if I'm guessing if Diego's watching, he probably would have commented. So it's probably not Diego, but Diego I think is the only one that's actually seen this deck. I'm guessing it's you, Cody. But I guess we'll play it. So basically, the idea for this deck is we need to get certain cards in round 1, but we don't care if we play cards down. We got some tutors for the cards. The cards that are essential are Mutagenerator, Flotsam, the Witcher trio here, at least one Ship Ballista, and then either Casting Contest or Dwemviandra, and then a bunch of these order units. I had to restructure this deck because I used to have a Megascope in it as this 4 provision card, but I put Ale instead. The provisions for these different cards is very specific. It's set up in a specific way where via Mutagenerator, after a Mutagenerator is out, when I play units on the melee row, it'll boost all units on five random units on my battlefield that have identical provisions to the one I played. If I play it on the range row, it boosts 5 random units in my deck that are unboosted, well, not unboosted, but just 5 random units in my deck with the same provisions as the unit I just played. Now combine that, so here we have the Ship Ballista ability, which says damage an enemy unit by 2, then boost a random non-boosted unit in your deck by the excess damage dealt. Increase the damage for each time you use an order ability this turn. So these 5 provision order units, mostly the Illyrian Arbalists and the Redanian Archers, we're going to build plenty of charges on those, and then we're going to spend them all at once. So this card is going to increase in value to where it's going to say like damage an enemy unit by 26 or something like that, and then boost a random unboosted unit in your deck. Well, since these are orders that we're going to use to damage, we're going to damage units till they're down to 1 health, and then we are going to apply whatever the unboosted units in our deck will basically get like 20 plus, sometimes even as much as like 40 points of boost applied to them. It's very hard to do 40 points, but it's very typical that the card values get up to like high 30s, low 40s. So at that point, you know, and it's going to be Eskel, Vesemir, and Lambert that are primary targets. So with the Mutagenerator, we're going to make sure all of our 6 and 5 provision cards in the deck are boosted. So then the only unboosted units when we play the Ship Ballista will be the Witcher trio. So we just need to make sure we get this thing done 3 times. So we're going to use the order once from this. We play Flotsam beforehand, which allows us to reset the order on it. And Flotsam's just ideal too because the first part of it on the deploy, we create a Bronze Northern Realms unit with an order ability. And every time we play a unit with an order ability, the Lyrian Arbalest gets a charge. So that's why it's ideal. If we don't have it though, we can still do it if we have 2 casting contests in hand. But the preferred way for me to do it is Flotsam, like just a Flotsam reset and casting contest. And the Gwyn Viandras are just there in case I don't get casting contest, but I get Flotsam, so I can just reset the location order. So we're going to end up using the ship list order 3 times. And in certain decks, I might be expecting them to remove this. So sometimes I'll try to keep a tutor in hand, like the Amphibious Assault, so I can pull a second one, or just keep a second ship list in my hand, although that's not ideal. I'd rather just do it with a tutor. So anyway, that's kind of the idea. We get them boosted up, we go cards down, but then we play in round 2, and we just play out this Witcher trio as long as we have low enough cards in hand. So if we have 5 cards to start out with, we'll play this. It'll have 4 cards, which is Adrenaline 4, and it will summon out the other 2 Witchers. So we're gonna, with 1 card, we're gonna get like 80 points or something. It is crazy. So, but it is sometimes very hit or miss. If certain parts of the deck don't stay up throughout the match, the boost is not going to be as good. Or if the ship list just gets killed and we have no way of doing that, we're just completely dead in the water, and the rest of the deck is going to suffer so hard that we might as well just forfeit at that point. So it's kind of cheap in a way, but you know, it's whatever. This was one that was created by Mayamon, one of the Chinese players, but he's considered like one of the very top notch Gwent players. I mean, at certain points in time he was probably number 1, but like him and Pyabol, I think, are like 2 of the biggest names in Gwent.
Strong magic.
We got Cursed Scroll here, so we can get the cards, you know. So Reaver Scouts are also very important here. So this we don't necessarily need. In fact, we don't hardly have anything we need. Okay, we got the Ship Ballista. The Indra. Skellige. I think the boost would be nice. Alright, so I need Meter Generator, Flotsam. Yeah, it's just Flotsam that we're missing. So we'll play that. See what I'm telling you? They literally, as soon as they were like, oh, is it? As soon as I play down Mutagen, they're like, I don't want to play against this shit. Oh, that was good. That was good. I'm gonna try it again because I actually want to show the deck off, you know. But I made the decision I don't want to play it to get to the next rank though, because it feels kind of cheap to me. I mean, yeah, I think there's other decks I could play that are more consistent, like the Warriors deck. It's not super cheap, and it doesn't like it actually I think plays more consistently, so I'd be more confident about climbing with that.
The North shall tuck tail
Right.
and beg for mercy.
Could climb with this. Okay, so they do have. It might not be too bad. That's kind of bad. We'll put that back. This is a worse hand. Kind of. And we technically have all the essentials.
Rise!
Oh,
Pull
yeah,
them
this
into
is
the
actually
blood.
fine. Yeah, this is actually a good hand. That's kind of a bit of a problem. We don't have curse scroll, so this might be bad. All right, so that is a thing that can happen. And so now we're just shooting in the dark and hoping the boost lands on the right thing. Unfortunately, we have Vesemir in hand, so it's impossible for us to get the optimal situation anymore. At this point, though, it's gonna make it hard for anything to stick. I need every bit that I can get of extra. We're just gonna keep
But we're
it
broke as
going.
shit peddlers.
And unfortunately, they have Veil on this,
One of us
so
or not.
it's just gonna keep getting 1 point of value. Actually, probably 2. You know what? I just realized we got a movement tech in here, so we're definitely gonna use it. Unfortunately, I don't have any locks. This is actually kind of bad.
You will not regret this, good sir.
Get root! No haben root!
This is gonna die. That will die. Probably. The thing is, if they had another one of these, they could have just done it again, and they basically 2-0 me. So, see, this is why I was saying this is not like it's not the easiest thing.
I'm
But I think we have to do this.
Give me a target. One bullet's all I need.
Hopefully they don't have one of those organic cards. Yeah, this is a very suboptimal version, so I'll probably do it one more time after this AAV. Oh, it's a bomb deck. Okay. Yeah, I think we're totally boned. Damn, this is actually really bad. Son of a gun. Yeah, I don't even think it's... Well, I'll show you how hard this can get shut down, but I think it's like a 90% chance we lose the game at this point. There's very little chance of us being... In fact, the only... Yeah, that just dies, unfortunately. Yeah, that's just gonna die too. In fact, actually, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. And then I'm gonna double that on this. I don't even think it's worth playing into, to be honest. Like, this is just... I should have done that a long time ago. They're just gonna play a bomb and kill that, though. That's what sucks. they'll probably just play the bomb and kill this, and then they'll make it so that I don't have anything I can actually copy with it. So yeah, it's definitely a loss. They're not playing a bomb though. That's kind of interesting. Okay, then okay, they are. That's what they're doing.
Stop your yapping and start digging.
Why are they? Honestly, I don't even have enough points though. I'm just gonna forfeit. There's no point playing into this. It's just a waste of time. See, this is why I don't like meme decks like that, because they like. I mean, arguably, this doesn't. It does take. I'm not gonna say it takes no skill to play, but it's kind of like there's an optimal play order. You just kind of want to stick to it, and it plays itself, and it does ridiculous amounts of points. And it's the type of thing where, like, if an opponent doesn't have any, like, if they didn't have a heat wave in that first hand, they actually might still be able to do it with bombs. But like, if the opponent doesn't play control, they just lose. Like, that's basically what this does. Any deck but control, this deck just destroys it. It's not guaranteed, but it's like 90 to 95% of the time it destroys any deck that's not a control deck. And the control deck has to be like pretty heavy control too. Because I've played into like lighter control stuff, like some elf control decks, and they don't have quite enough, and I've still been able to kind of eke out some wins. So they're doing pincer
What
maneuvers.
is it I fancy today?
The only thing I don't like about this is I'm kind of like ruining my win rate in a way in this. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was my bad. So the highest powered unit I could have got maybe one of those. But so yeah, that's a pretty bad draw. That is. I don't have access to meter generators, so I think what we do here. I don't even know if we should play into the round. See, again, this is another example. Meme deck, it's not consistent. That first game where we got the forfeit, we actually had everything we needed. So the opponent was right to forfeit on these ones. This one, I think we just give it to him. I mean, there's an argument for me to just play the Griffin Witcher, I think, and then maybe Onager, and I don't know. I don't think it's good. I'm just gonna, you know, we're basically doing one thing in this deck, and if it doesn't work out, we lose. So that's kind of what we have to do. It's kind of disgusting. That is really good.
Never need ask me twice.
Kind of.
I shall take back what is mine.
I wonder if they're playing a meme deck too.
Checkmate.
Oh damn, they get free value off of that. Ouch. Okay, yeah, so they are. Oh my gosh, they're literally playing the manipulate deck with the. Okay, I knew exactly what they were doing. Oh, fuck. So. Oh, they forfeited. What the heck? What is this? Like. Makes no sense. Okay, let's see. We'll do one. Come on. I want to actually show this deck off. Actually, hey, Cody, or whoever's in the chat, if you could actually just type something. It could even be like one letter, just so I know that you're. you're actually actively watching or something. Because I probably don't want to do this if nobody's watching live. Because like you can go back and watch this deck on one of the other streams where I actually pull it off. But I'd like to demonstrate it live. Okay, we get casting contest here. Right? All of our tutors are in the deck still, which kind of sucks, but and then we put back the ale. So we're playing against Symbiosis. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking. Well, whoever it is that's watching, hopefully you're seeing this. If not, we're just, no matter what, this game, this is the last time I'm doing this. I'm not doing it again. I didn't really plan on playing it this stream anyway.
'Tis my tree. I was born. And I shall die with it.
So we should.
Shit, I knew
They
it.
just have to
I
like
told you so, you
really
idiot.
greet it, because if they
We're
don't,
broken shit peddlers.
if they don't get mega points this round, they lose. Probably. It's very likely they lose. If they don't win this round, we pretty much just win.
Children giving parents up unto death. Deserve to die.
They might be able to get a double elimination with that, though, so I mean, there's nothing I can actually do to kill that, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we play this. So we've now boosted units in our deck here. So yeah, all the units that we need boosted are boosted. So we don't have to play on that row anymore. I think we just go for as much, since they can put up a lot of points, we just have to go for points on this one. So I'm going to start playing these guys melee row. Yeah, we're just going to start playing melee row, just double checking that. Alright, so the next play that we do, we'll do the Reaver Scout here. Actually, I didn't need casting contest. I probably should have grabbed. Yeah, that was my bad. I should have grabbed Lyrian Arbalist instead, because I had the Dwimbiandra, so it's fine.
Shit, I knew it. I told you so, you idiot.
Probably dies. If they got a rebuke, that dies for sure. Yep. Oh, this one dies. Okay. I'm actually. I guess that does hurt me a little more.
Arbalist to your command.
This one has to play ranged. Yeah, I guess we'll do
Have
that.
a look at that. Like falling stars.
This is fine. If they go really tall with the unit, well, this unit is pretty tall already. I think we actually use the Dwimbiandra and actually play in. Well, depends. If we need to. In fact, we're winning this round no matter what. I think, because we can get an extra charge off the ship ballista. So unless they have like a heat wave, or they Simless with like, I don't know, like multiple rebukes or waylays or something. Like, I don't even know how they would do it. Part of me says we just kill a Treant with that here, but I think we'll wait. Yeah, definitely do another one of these.
So many of them, I'd have to aim to miss.
Yeah, we're chilling. Okay. We can mold. We can't mold those. Okay. Yeah, we definitely. At this point, they can't do any controls, so we actually play on back row.
I said
We get a
steady.
boost. Now here's where it comes into play. We want to stay as many cards up as we can. We're gonna do. Oh, actually, I gotta start damaging first. Yes, I know I'm overcommitting. Actually, this is bad. This is bad because they didn't play enough. Well, actually, no, we're good. I was wrong about this. Okay, I gotta click very quick. Okay, we got enough clicks, that's good. Okay, so then we kill, reset, kill.
Magic is a curse, a blessing, and a
Reset.
curse.
Yes. Wait, what? You gotta be joking. What? Wait. I'm so confused.
Knights get princesses and we get what? Bloody streakers.
I kind of messed it up, dude. I don't know why that. Why did it do that? It shouldn't have. It should have given. Okay, whatever. I should have played. I should have played the casting contest. I probably just threw the game here too, because they can definitely put up more points than us now in this next round. Might have to bleed them now. This is pretty bad. The fact that I didn't get that last boost on him.
I'm a monster.
Alright, well. It's possible the shorter round would have favored me with something else. I don't know. I had to go one more card down than when I was playing. I was only going to go 3 cards down, but I had to go 4 because of some stupid reason.
I could drown you in a single
Okay, they probably give him vitality.
What do you mean, witch pulley?
They might have something that can boost it. We're just gonna do one for right now. That way they can't play a card. That definitely sucks. I think we would have had it had we just played the casting contest instead of the GWENT. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how this works. In the location it doesn't get zeal. I think maybe that's what it is, but if that's the case, I'm trying to figure out why you would actually play with her. Because it seems like that doesn't actually make the strategy work in that case. It would be kind of cool to try doing this instead of with this, like maybe do mages instead.
Spit it out already. I don't have all day.
Just do that and then damage that. Do that and then this might actually still be pretty solid. There is actually a really, I mean, I might brick. That's kind of what I'm worried about, but we might pass. Okay, never mind. They get a playoff here. We're probably not going to be able to pass. So we play for 72 points with that. If we brick, it's really bad though. And I guess if we pass, we do give them the longer round actually. I think we just gotta play.
Now that's the kind of negotiating I understand.
At the very least, if we do get to a short round and they do win this, we I think might have enough points between. I mean, obviously we basically need these two. Well, we basically need this. I mean, this would work. This would work. Bam, bam, bam. I mean, even that would work. They pretty much all work. This is the only bad thing, and then Mahakamal is kind of bad. They might have tempo, or enough tempo with the the Whisper. They're gonna have to plan carefully, but I think they probably can put up another. What is that, another 70 points? I think they probably can put up another 70 points within those 4 cards. I guess we don't have. They're having to play the Esme though, which is pretty good.
You are safe.
Find yourself
This is
your own
Brooklyn,
enough.
your home.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way we win this in a 2-0. If I would have got the booze, like if I would have played casting contest, we would win it. Because this would be, well, this would have been
Fertile with magic.
35,
And dead to one.
35 points, I think. Yeah, it would have been 35 points if we did the casting contest. So we would have had an additional 29.
which they would not have been able to compete with. Depending on what their next card is, it's actually possible, but they can't do it. They pretty much have to have nature cards. Okay, actually, I don't think they can do it. They don't have enough. They have to come up with 28 points in one card. Yeah. I mean, it's probably, yeah, they don't have enough. Nice, we did it. I figured they'd have more nature cards. They had the symbiosis stuff, but they didn't have the payout for it. Anyway, that's that deck. I'm kind of tired of playing. I don't want to play it again. I mean, I'll probably play it again at some point because it's kind of fun at times, but it just gets very samey. Let's see. What do we do next? Probably. Oh, I said we were gonna do White Frost. Yeah, we got a bunch of this stuff done here, so I think we do White Frost. We played Northern Realms. I might actually show off the Commandos deck too. Ogroids is kind of relaxing. Actually, I want to do a Pirates deck, but we're gonna do that after White Frost. So we'll do Wild Hunt, White Frost next. First, I need to get a water refill, so we'll start in about a minute or two. Alright, we're going to start with... Oh, we lost a viewer. No! Okay, anyway. This, I've got some practice with this. It's probably not going to be a demolition, but the Frost, I figured out when to play the Frost pretty much. You want to carry over. In fact, you want to play it earlier rather than later, I think. So... yeah, we'll try one version of it with this list. The other thing after this though, I want to put the Lara Dorn in, so we have 12. I've actually found playing against the AI, the Morvid, I don't think I used it once in like 4 or 5 games. It just generally it's not useful. Now against other opponents, I think we are going to the round 3, so I think the Morvid would be useful. But I will probably sub it out for the Lara Dorn. Although, or Doran, I should say, not Dorn. The only thing is, it actually I think plays better in, like, for instance, a Tatterwing or any sort of swarm deck, just because there's more bodies on the row. With this deck, we're probably not going to have more than, like, in most rounds, like 7 or 8 bodies max. So she's basically playing for 16 points each time. But the thing is, she can be played twice, and the second time all we have to do is play a Golden Wild Hunt unit, make sure she dies again. So that's 32 points for 12 provisions. So it's still pretty good. But that's if we play kind of like one of the longer rounds. I would say minimum for it to be worth it, we probably have to have like 5 units on the battlefield, I think. I mean, even 4 I guess is okay. You know, that's like 16 points for double play. It's a little bit underwhelming at that. But at 5, you know, if we're getting like 10 and 10, that's 20 points. That's pretty good. So, but yeah, we'll switch that out next. I think just for simplicity's sake, I'll probably switch out the Morvid, although I might look at one of those like 10p cards, and then see if I can also reduce like a 6p to a 4 or something like that.
You bore me, so vanish.
Right. Shield wall. Could be playing siege. We'll get that. More blue. We got a purify just in case. I don't think we're gonna need it, but they might have a lock. If they do, they probably only have one lock, so I don't know. And most of our stuff is deployed, so I don't think we're too worried about it. This is not a very good hand, though. So we'll see how it goes. I think we're probably just gonna end up. Okay, so they're doing cursed,
You are here
and they are
as a
playing
token.
devotion. So
For my pleasure alone.
nice. I'm worried they just boiling oil that if we play it off the bat. So yeah, I think we need to. Oh shit! Oh, okay, thank goodness I was able to pull that back.
Are you cold, human insect? It won't be long.
So yeah, we do that, and at least we get a little bit. We can probably move the next one. Yeah, we're gonna need this if we want to secure it. Move it to the other row, and then we'll. I think we do that.
When the white frost comes.
Okay, they probably boiling oil this if they have it. Oh, they're not. Okay, this is pretty nice. Sadly, I don't have dominance, and I'm not going to have dominance. Well, actually, I might. You know what? Oh. Yeah. Probably should have played this a turn earlier, but.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
Yeah, at least I put it on the right row.
The bolt softens them up. Your sword finishes them off.
It's only if we have dominance, though. I kind of forgot about that. It's kind of bad. Play that. We might look at. Hopefully they run out of boosts, though. We at least have that one to kill the Griffin Witcher once he gets down there. So he stays to be his top one, but he's not.
Blood alone can my maid's honor unbesmirch.
So we have dominance at least, so that's good. Two random golds. too risky. This would be pretty good though. So we got a 5 and then we get another 5. I think we just go for the carryover. Actually, deploy this.
There is no escape.
Probably should have went for the carryover. So I can spawn it all in at once. That's fine though. I actually should have went for the fin. I forgot that I had dominance at this point. So. Finn might be our first play here. I think it probably will be. Not sure exactly what to do, but I kind of want to keep that. Purify, I don't think we need. We don't have the Turnalia though, which kind of sucks. That's really good if I can replay it with this though, so. Damn it, dude! Oh my gosh! I should have just stuck with it. Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. Honestly, I don't know if we're getting a better Karen theory, but just in case we get something else here, we need to make sure we're getting value from it. So I'll just put the engine here. We might actually be in 2-0 territory, and that at least it's outside of boiling oil range here. I'm guessing they're not playing with it though.
I'm not jumping in after you.
Turnalia boost by 9. Boost. Alright. Here we go. Yes. Not bad. Not great. I was hoping for the Karen theory. Actually, no, that is pretty good. Except for the Karen theory is just getting weaker each turn. Wondering if we. No, wait. Probably should. Yeah. That is what it is. Bricking the thin sucks.
I've not the slightest intention of debating rabble.
Behind! Someone with refresh!
So we actually got a lot of Red Riders. We could. We might have to play one of these out here, actually. I'm just going to deny him extra value off of that. So just start with that.
I demand satisfaction! Now!
Fight! Name! Kill!
They actually have stuff to do it themselves. This just potentially creates better targets for the heat blade. Probably should have played this first, honestly. You know what? Maybe we'll do that. Yeah. That was kind of sad.
And it's all for me grog. Me knocking grog.
Mary, that's what matters.
That's pretty good right there.
For honor. And for coin.
They probably win this one. Wait, what? How did they do that? How much was that boosted up? I must have missed something. Yeah, there's no point in playing it any further. We at least lose on even. That's good. That was a pretty effective bleed. And I think we're gonna get the. Actually, I think it's only gonna be this one carry over now, which kind of sucks. Yeah. Oh well. Red Rider's not worth it. There we go.
For the king!
Blood alone can my maid's honor unbesmirch!
Not sure what other kind of big stuff they have, but I think we do I use an Immorous Wrath? I think so. Well, I think we wait.
I wonder how long you last.
I think we wait a turn, see what they play.
Retreat! Behind! Someone to defense!
Do we get better than that? They're probably just going to play everything on melee, so I don't think we do. I'm concerned they get too much value off on that if they...
Time's young.
do that. It's okay.
Why not like
Got it. I guess I should have killed the rev. Karen Thier's 2 points worse. Well, it's the best we're gonna get. Sad though.
Check for me! Wolverines on us!
Man, that kind of sucks. They just can like keep the Yep, I should have killed the Revenant. That was mal bad. Hopefully they don't have a tall punish. Yeah, they're just gonna duel. Damn! Yeah, they win. I think. Well. Yeah, I think they win.
What can I do for you?
Boost is going to be worth something on the replay. Yeah. See if they have a tall punish. Probably not. But maybe. If it's Heat Wave, that's going to be really sad. Oh my gosh.
Whatever the cost.
Fudge, dude. That was bad. I don't think the Revens mattered. It that the Selkirk was what really did it for him. I think we can do better than that. I think we can just go again. And then we'll switch it out, play it with the Lara Darn, and we might have time for one more game after that. Because we did get a pretty crappy first one.
You've talked enough.
Made it through the frost, and I was able to get the Aridin though, so it was kind of nice. Mulligan. Okay, this is much better. Almost too good. I think we put the Naglfar back. Although, what's left gold-wise? Yeah, definitely not stuff that I want to draw. Put the Naglfar back. Okay, that's perfect. 6 or less power. That's gonna be tricky though. How? They play in a simulate engine. We might actually just Apier and Phantom and then order. Problem is that doesn't put me ahead. Okay.
An empire for the ages.
This is probably gonna be a big boost. I think we just. I think this is safe enough. They might try damaging it. I don't know. We'll see. We definitely play.
Target acquired.
Yep. I don't know. Are they gonna seize it? I mean, it's not really getting boosted. I guess this could actually boost it by 9 with this. I don't really want to make this one worse though. Although that's like just straight up 13 points. Yeah, I think they do it. It's not the best, and I should have. Okay, you know what? I realized that was a big misplay. I didn't want to do it because I didn't want Frost to be on this row and not damaging anything, but the fact that they were able to get the click off and wait, did they not? Wait, what? They're starting to.
I shall not repeat these mistakes.
That's weird. Okay. How much do I need to commit? Well, I need to. Yeah, put that now. That should go. Got a lot of engine-like stuff. Don't know if I want to commit this. I think we might want to save this for when we use the Ternalia next round. Okay, they're gonna. Oh, they're gonna destroy.
Quite the menial task.
Yeah.
Oh, good. The wine. Not a step further.
Okay. I can bait this out of removal. bit slower than I wanted to, but it's safer. Although actually getting the seas out now probably would have been good. Like they might actually seize the Winter Queen. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, we need some points here, so. We'll see if they use the C's on that. I kind of want them to use it. We're definitely going Red Riders next time. Actually, we might take the Thin. Okay. Never mind. We just. So do I want the Thin? Do I want to take the Thin now and go a card down? I don't think so. Yeah, I think actually after this we probably just switch out the Lara Darn and then we play it with that. They got some assimilate stuff, so that's gonna be super good. If they don't pull that right away, I think we take the Thin. It's a shame I couldn't play that around a little bit more. We might just play for like the removal stuff. I think this hand looks actually pretty solid. We're gonna lose it this turn, so might as well. Keep forgetting about the bronze unit replay with it, but we're gonna have enough with these other ones. I just wanted to get the 1 point of boost on this. I was thinking it was gonna boost both of them, but I guess it's just the one. Definitely want to bait out the seas. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play this next. Although this might be better. This can play for an immediate removal though of a siege engine though, so that's, or not siege, but that's tough. Yeah, I don't want that to actually get to 6 power. We need to do this.
I wonder how long you last.
Oh, I forget it gets buffed one already. That would actually be harder for me to take back though. I'm hoping they just hit it. Then they'll seize it. And then we just kill it with... Oh, it's at the start of the turn, I forgot. Yeah, we have the same shit. Ouch! Okay, my plan kind of backfired on me right there. Although, actually, no, we can literally just... Never mind. They're gonna kill it. Darn it. Okay. Wait, they didn't. What did they? Okay, they got a bunch of charges. Oh, that's actually okay. I've never actually seen that combo before. I don't really want to lose that frost. Not great though at this point, like, because we can't really effectively push with this hand.
I divined this move from a sparrow's innards.
If we just go with those, I think we get, so we get 6 points here. Most of them I'm not going to want to replay here, so I think at this point we just do that. It's pretty solid.
Anis.
That's a very effective way of crossing the enemy row there. I wonder if I just save this. Carrying there's getting kind of shit. I'm trying to remember which way it counts. I think it's counting, so it's gonna be 3, and then it's gonna be like a 2-2. So we're gonna get 4 more points. It's gonna be like 14 points, or so 16 points. Excuse me. This is okay tempo, I guess. Replay actually kind of sucks there. I might be able to actually play all the way into this. I'm just worried though that not having frost could be bad. possible we only play one more card.
You will not regret this, good sir.
Saying an active vein!
They can probably start playing safe though. We need the Karen Theory to be worth something though, so I wonder if we... Yeah, I think we keep playing in. Even though the Karen Theory is definitely going down in value, but I think this is okay. There we go. It's good. They definitely win this, but I think it's an effective bleed, so it's worth playing more. Damn, okay. Now we don't play. There's no point now because we don't get the additional card out of them. I guess we never were. Well, 7, if I didn't do that 7, 4. Yeah, they still would have had it, so we wouldn't have played anyway. Kinda wish I would have played the Red Riders. We might our Karen Theory a bit worse. Man, these are terrible draws. Oh my gosh. Crapola, this is... Give me Naglfar, please. Please. Might be Assimilate. Jeez, I don't even freaking know. That one's gonna get the immediate boost, so I don't... Dude, this is the worst possible hand I could have got. Well, I mean, this would have been worse, but I missed all 3 of the golds. I got to see 9 cards. I didn't even see the 3 golds. I went to every single other card. Now I should have went with that. Crap. Frost damage about 1.
We've caught another target.
Yeah, this is almost... I mean, yeah, this is almost certainly a loss. Loss.
So apparently turquoise has become fashionable again. Can you believe it?
And they have dominance, so... I don't think it's gonna matter. It's like the same boost either way. Honestly, maybe that would have been bad. I don't know.
What's my max score? I can go up by 3 points, and I can. I'm just gonna pass here. There's no point. Got an absolute garbaggio hand. And if I would have gotten probably even one out of those 3 cards, I think we would have won. Carrying through would have had to be played out. The Morbid would have played for the most. But yeah, that was a pretty bad draw. Okay, you know, I thought we were gonna do really well with those, but we got pretty bad draws compared to when I played last night. But let's do. I guess we're not gonna have time for anything else. We're just gonna do one more game with Wild Hunt with Alara Darn, and that's gonna be a night. So these are pretty much non-negotiable, and I need the tutors. Because even with the tutors, we were still not drawing the best, so it's pretty much mandatory. Carrying through a Golden Child. It plays for almost as much, but it requires more setup. I think we just take out the Morbid and put in the Lara Darn. And I guess the ideal situation, I think this version of the deck I'm actually liking better without her. I think it needs to be like a Swarm deck or something for Lara Darn to get really good value. So doing Swarm deck with like Aridin, Ternalia, and Engeth or whatever it's called, and then the Tall Punish, but then like doing the rest of it as like swarms. So you basically do some like Wild Hunt engines, a Caranthir, Lara Darn,
I'll do what I can.
stuff, and then and the Aridin, and a Tall Punish, and the location, and probably Winter Queen too, because Winter Queen's really solid. And then everything else you just do like swarm stuff. That might be the way to go. Nilfgaard Slave again. Damn. Well, this is not looking any better. I think we just try to bait out. I mean, there's really nothing proactive I can do here anyway, except for I could try to tutor the Thin, but that's actually no. It has to be. Yeah, it's any Wild Hunt unit. So
You waste my time.
Oh, you know what though?
You waste my time.
I forgot I got Crystal Skull here.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
I wonder how long you last.
Arguably though, I should have. You know what? I'm regretting it already. I should have done Apiarian Phantom. And then brought out the Aridin to build up for the tier. But, you know, they already do it anyway. It doesn't really matter. Only... I have to kill it, and there's no other. It's kind of that's a really crappy synergy, but we'll just. You know, I still should have spawned it. But I have to select it, and I have to move it back and forth, and that would be really stupid, so we're just going to play it like that. Because regardless, they were going to have dominance.
Will you learn from that blunder? Are you capable?
Okay, that is probably a serious threat. I'm just gonna consume it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna consume it.
Careful, you do not want me to lose patience.
Never know peace again.
They're gonna. The only way I could have killed it right away is if I used the tall punish, like moved into another row and then use that. But I'm just gonna give him one more. Okay, he's playing the. I assume that's the right most card in this game. Dude, those are both really good. Okay, well that one's not going to get as much value. This is arguably better. So damn it. I was like, I was gonna pass if they didn't do that. Summon stuff from your deck to the range row. Ah. They can't play a tactic, I don't think, from my deck, so wonder if we move that with that and then play this instead. I don't think so. I think we just
Resistance is futile.
I think we just do that. And then we can probably play Red Riders. Okay. So hopefully we don't get, well, if getting Tyrannea is okay. But don't really want it this round. I don't think they're playing many locks in this. We already got the C's out, so this is kind of good. Lara Darn's gonna be really nice. Well, it would, but I just don't have many units is the problem. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have saved that. Eridan's way more crucial, I think.
they got anything damaged, I think I'd rather have them try to use it on that. We're only missing on 1 point that way, but we protect this. Now we could use Lara Darn, but it's not going to be very many points, so I don't think... Yeah, I don't really like putting the Lara Darn in this. I think it was kind of a mistake in a way. A little bit of a shame, but... We'll wait to move it. So unfortunately we're not getting any damage this turn. Ouch. Okay, so that's gonna boost up. But I don't really... I definitely want to replay this because we're going to have a lot of frost. Actually, no, we can just... Okay. So we, generally have both leader charges. But I think I want to save the movement, so let's just do the tall punish here, and then we'll move it. It's not going to be super big, but we can probably get it up to over 20. I think one of the ways I could get better at piloting this deck is just figure out when I summon out the Winter Queen, because I think doing it at a very tactical spot is good. Now, granted, that last time it would have, if they didn't seize it, that was a very good seize on their part. But I could have just passed and it would have been pretty easy. They just be able to air it in. Ah, that sucks. I was gonna play Tyrannalia next turn. Now I don't really want to. Let's see, best case scenario, we get 4s there. Yikes. It's definitely not great. I think we can do better though, because we still got a few turns left and we got a movement. We only got one, unfortunately, though. So if they play small stuff, it might be kind of bad. But we probably guarantee a 4. So I don't know if it's going to play for more than 15. I think we're probably going to only be playing for 15, 16, something like that.
A highly curious case.
Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I forgot about that being a thing. Crap, I just missed out on 3 damage. It's only going to be 3. So it's going to get worse. But then the next one will be a 4. Sadly, we have to play this. I have to just go into a tall punish, which really sucks. But it is what it is. Are they literally gonna... Okay, I think that was just a fluke. Actually, that was only 2 that turn. Oh, that was actually... Yeah, that was actually pretty bad. I think this is only going to play for 14. I'm going to have to struggle to get 15.
Dance, my lovelies, dance!
What the hell?
What the hell, dude? Oh, I forgot. I was trying to push for a 2-0 here. Don't actually need to. Although, do I actually have a very strong final round? Probably not.
Impressive. You waste my time.
I think we might pass here.
The Empire will be victorious.
So actually we get a lot of value off this. We might be able to 2-0 here.
Don't look to me for mercy. You shall find none.
18. We get 4 on this next turn. So actually, yeah, we go for the 2-0 here. We definitely go for the 2-0. Yeah, they know. Probably doing the math. They're like, yeah, I can't catch up. They clearly didn't have a tall punish. Foglet would have worked really good there too, but I think I already played that in the previous round. Anyway, yeah, we would have ended up with a really good score there, so I don't think there's anything they could have done. All right, well, that pretty much does it. I guess we can open. We'll open like a couple kegs and then we'll call it. So I think right here is probably here we got the most value. So we get that would be 1 keg. We get a keg here for 2. I'll just do that, and then we'll. If I can actually get a 50, we can get a second keg here. Let's see. I want it to be on progressing towards something though. I guess that kind of is. I think we just go on. Crimson Curse keg. That's not bad. Oh, really? Oh shoot. One more. It's not the best tree, though. What about this one? Kind of spread out too. Man, there's not really any of them. Okay, we don't want to do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it on. I'll just do it on this one. I think. Oh, there was one. Henrietta one. Yeah, it's weird. All right. So we'll open up 3 kegs here, and then we'll call it a night. See if we get anything good. We'll just do the ultimates. All right. Yep, kind of shit right now. I mean, these would be good cards. There we go. We got it. I just hope most of the time when I get these now, it's all 3 of them are epics I have. So
Fingers crossed. Damn it, yeah, I got all. Oh, but at least we got a premium upgrade. That's good. Death Mold. It's kind of a funny name. Zeal Order boosts all allied mages by 1. So I guess if you're doing like a Northern Realms mage deck, that could be kind of good. The mage decks that I know of, though, don't necessarily benefit from it that much. Definitely want to be using spawn, like spawning stuff as well. Alright, nothing really good except for the Death Mold Premium, but anyway, thank you to everybody who watched. You know, we actually made some progress. We got a net gain of 1 on the games tonight, so that was nice. Currently we're sitting at 5 and 4. You know, if I hadn't played the Giga Witchers deck, I think it was like 2 of these losses were from that. So we would probably not have lost those, or we would have done one better. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, sometimes you get really lucky, and then the opponent, there's nothing the opponent can do. So you could climb. Like, I would say overall, it's more than a 50-50 win-loss ratio, even at this level. So yeah, you could climb all the way to pro rank with that deck pretty easily, and it takes very little skill once you know how to pilot the deck. So, but I think it's a cheap way to do it, so I would not do that. But anyway, yeah, next time I stream, it'll probably be about 2 weeks from now. I'm going to take a bit of a break, but I'm definitely going to still be playing, you know, maybe like 2 or 3 days a week. Trying to at least get the games in, get the challenges completed, you know. Oh, actually, I just realized I should have just went here. We had more keys. I could have opened it. You know, why not? Let's do it. Let's open up a couple more kegs. The crappy thing is I spent 3 for this one, and I could have. I guess we can get the 250 here. So we might as well just do that. Alright. Yeah, now we got 2 more kegs. I think I could have gotten an additional keg if I would have done it differently. But yeah. Let's see, what deck do I want to create next? The military deck, maybe. We're kind of lagging behind on Nilfgaard and Northern Realms. Let's just do 1 Nilfgaard and 1 Northern Realms.
We make
Nilfgaard
smash,
first.
smash. Razzies.
This is one deck that would be pretty good, just like a kind of an aristocrat deck. They're pretty good. Here we go, we got Knighthood, Warfare. Play a knight from your deck and boost it by 1 for each knight you control. That's probably a good tutor card for knights. And it's 9 provision though. I guess you do boost. Actually, no, it's boost by 1. So this is kind of like an amphibious assault. Only it doesn't have echo and it's for knights only. That's actually pretty good for 9 provisions. Because it's a tutor with a substantial. Yeah, anyway, so I'll play the matches next time. I'm sure I'll probably be at like rank 4, possibly even at rank 3. But the goal is to climb to pro rank this season. If not, if I at least get to rank 1, I'm happy. Towards the end of the season, I might, switch in and be like, oh, maybe if I get to rank 2, it's still good. But I'm used to at least progressing 2 ranks past where I ended. So if we progress 2 more ranks, that'll be rank 1. But pro rank is kind of the goal. And I think we have the decks to do it now. I think we do. I mean, this one deck is going to need a little bit of tuning, but that can be a very powerful deck. We have the self-wound deck we could maybe try to work around with, see if there's some better stuff. Warriors is really solid. The Precision Strike, I think I'm going to make a couple adjustments to it, but otherwise I think this is one of the strongest decks. Dwarves, I think, has the potential to go there. It's just going to take some grinding of games, I think. And maybe even do like a Scoia'tael movement deck or something. But
I guess the first thing, and V is also, I just put a couple other tutor cards in there to get V out like 1 or 2 more times. This deck could potentially be the strongest deck we have. The exception, I suppose, being I don't know, Assimilate's not as good as it was, but I still don't have the ideal Assimilate thing. Maybe that's what I'll do next time. We'll play Core Assimilate. But anyway, there's quite a few options we got to work up there. But I'm gonna try. I think since it's about 2 weeks, I'm gonna try to have one more or less new deck in each faction. It seemed like I did demonstrate V, but for monsters, I'm probably just going to modify the V deck and modify the Relics deck, and those will probably be the only 2 we play for monsters. Or maybe for challenges we might play this one. Plus Ogroids I haven't played that much on stream, but all the other factions I'm gonna try to create a brand new deck. Maybe not Syndicate too. Syndicate will, maybe we'll do Golden Necker Bounty. That'll be the like kind of change. But besides that, Scoia'tael I'll definitely come up with a new deck for. Northern Realms, Nilfgaard, and Skellige. Skellige is probably going to be either a Warriors variant, or we're going to go with maybe an Alchemy deck, because that potentially puts up a lot of points as well. But it did get some nerfs last season, so I still think it's going to be pretty solid though. So we'll come up with a deck in each faction, and we'll play those out. And who knows? It sounds like Rico might have started like trying out some Gwent. So who knows? Maybe we'll do something special for that. And once he's got like a few extra cards, maybe we'll do a match on stream, and I can just play with one of the starter decks, or just craft a deck from scratch that like will limit me to like however many gold cards he has in his deck. Like that'll be like the limitation or something. Or I could just be like, I'll just make the best bronze deck I can and compete against whatever he has. Or I think that'd be kind of fun. So, because it would still be a challenge. I mean, the gold cards, you have a couple gold cards that synergize well with some of your bronzes or other golds, and with good tactical plays. I mean, like even the best bronze decks in the game will struggle a lot. So, yeah, that's it. And poor man's going to look at that. Fresh alternative to standard mode. At the start of the game, transform all gold cards into random bronzes from your faction. So that'd be kind of good practice for that, I suppose. Which this is actually the first time since I got back into Gwent that I've actually seen the weekly mode repeat. So if that's the case, we're talking like January. It was kind of, I don't know, maybe you don't have to cycle through all of them before it goes to a new one, but we have seen a new one each time. So at bare minimum, I'm thinking there's, well, basically we did 3 months, so roughly there's probably like 12 or so different special game modes, possibly more. But that's something I haven't done. We also have draft mode, and I haven't played draft mode on stream, so we have a lot of options, but I've been mostly just focusing on climbing to pro rank. So definitely though, if we do get to pro rank this season, if I come back and stream some stuff in May, I'm just going to try to have as much fun with the game. We're just going to do unique, crazy stuff. We're going to try like we might try weird meme decks. I might try to go like also with, I'll have some other competitive decks still too, and I might just try to craft like what I think is the best deck in the game. Self Wound we might craft later this month or next month with the Svalblood, especially if Svalblood gets reverted. I don't think it will, but yeah, anyway, we'll probably just do a lot of like draft stuff and play these modes, because some of these modes are pretty funny. There was one I should have played on the last stream. It was like Barely Fair or something. I don't know, I can't remember. It replaces all your cards with bears, and they're basically just like an increasing number of points, just like a deck of cards. So it really came down to like what order you played them in, and you can kind of math it out. I mean, there's a little bit of probability in there, but it was very much like if you knew kind of like the math, you could win on that. So I only played it like 2 or 3 times, but I won each time,
because I was able to kind of figure out like, okay, I need to play these cards, and then the opponent will only have these left. But it was kind of funny, because it's like not even Gwent at that point. The other modes at least still rely on a lot of Gwent mechanics, but that one like hardly was even relatable to Gwent at all. But it was still fun. So yeah, we'll do some of those. And yeah, also with Balance Council, I just remembered that I forgot to mention the ones that I think will get reverts. Kraken possibly, but my thought is I think Nausicaa is probably going to ping pong, so that'll get a revert. Miner might get a revert. I think Lara Dorn's going to get a revert. Witch Hunter Executioner, that might be overly harsh. That'll probably get a revert. Heist, I think, will get a revert. Either Hive Mind or Erendite will get a revert. Probably not both, but maybe both. That'll get a revert. Vivaldi Bank, I think, is going to get a revert. Megascope's going to get a revert. Maybe the Lord Riptide. And I think Highland Warlord will get a revert as well, and Coup. So I think we're talking like 9 or 10 reverts in this next patch. And it's basically just because of stuff here and because of this kind of silly decision. Plus, this is like a placeholder all the time, so it might be the most revert heavy Balance Council since I've started playing. So, but we'll see. That's still a month off, pretty much. But I'll definitely be checking the forums this time ahead of time just to see what people are suggesting, and we'll get kind of a heads up of what's to come down the pipeline. So, yeah. Until next time, happy Gwenting.